welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. On today's program, we will sit down with Karen Giovanello, the president of the Quincy Lions Club, and get a lot of information about the club. First, though, as always, we check out the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, sunshine out there, just a few high thin clouds. It's chilly, 46 degrees. It won't warm up much more than that today, only in the upper 40s, maybe 50 degrees this afternoon with a few high thin clouds. Chilly night coming up tonight. Lows will drop off into the lower 30s, and for tomorrow, even chillier than today. Sunny and cool, a high barely 50 degrees. Some clouds around here on Wednesday, mostly in the afternoon, with highs Wednesday around 50, but a one-day warm-up on Thursday. Look at that, the feel of springtime with sunshine and highs Thursday in the mid-60s. Again, we have 46 degrees in Quincy right now. In the news today, construction is underway on the new Yawkey Housing Resource Center. It'll replace Father Bill's homeless shelter on Broad Street in Quincy. Groundbreaking ceremonies were held last week, marking the start of construction on that new center right across the street from the current shelter. Father Bill's and Mainsprings Executive Director John Yazwinski said the goal of this new center is to prevent and end homelessness.
You know, the Yawkey Foundation has supported Father Bill's in Mainspring since 2004. Since its founding in 1977, the Yawkey Foundation has donated to hundreds of nonprofits serving those in need in Massachusetts. Over the last 20 years alone, the Yawkey Foundation has granted more than $300 million to charities throughout Greater Boston, with a consistent focus to the underserved communities and marginalized populations. Projects of this magnitude can't be built without lead gifts. You know, I don't know if Maureen will remember this meeting, because I kept bothering her since 2004, but when it comes to this project, I went in and met with Maureen and her team in 2011 and brought this idea up to her. And they gave us funding to discuss, we discussed the triage and assessment model, and she gave us funding for it. Then in 2014, I came back and actually had a rendition of the building. And we presented the HRC model to Maureen and the Yawkey Foundation. You know, over the last year, we've been working with Maureen and Alicia Verity on this project. 10 years we've been doing it together, where the Yawkey Foundation has been giving us dollars every year to help with the conversion. We couldn't start at ground zero here and expect to do this model. Our team has been converting our way we deliver services for a long time. In September, we were notified that we were receiving a transformational gift of $2 million from the Yawkey Foundation, which is among the largest private donations we've ever received.
Father Bill's is now launching a campaign to raise an additional $10 million to complete funding for the new center, which is scheduled for completion sometime in 2023. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch says he will ask the City Council to approve up to $5.3 million to make some major improvements to the Furnace Brook Golf Course. Now, the city is set to take control of the golf course next year and open it up to the public. The mayor says he believes the golf course can become just about self-sustaining.
I think over time, as we get it squared away, you know, it will pretty much close to pay for itself. Certainly the golf aspect of it. You know, we're looking at an overall master plan up there to include Forbes Hill Park and Playground there to improve that whole entire open space park area. So, but you know, it's a great little gem, and I think that the number of golf rounds can increase based on a look on the schedule. Therefore, revenue should increase. Therefore, we should be getting close to what the expenses are. But I mean, when you think about a time when, you know, some people are calling for there's too much building, we need more open space. it would have been irresponsible for us not to move forward with this, because it is a beautiful, beautiful piece in the heart of our city that provides beautiful open space, whether you golf or not.
The city decided to continue the golf course and open it up to the public after its lease with the city expired earlier this year. Last week, the city council voted 7-2 in favor of approving $401,000 for expenses at the golf course. Fox Rock Properties of Quincy has withdrawn plans for a 20-story building at the site of the former Ross parking garage in Quincy Center. Fox Rock told the planning board last week that they're no longer proposing that 20-story building with 200 apartments and 125 hotel rooms. Fox Rock said that their new plans include no residential development. Fox Rock does still want to create a new office building with life sciences technology companies and some medical offices and a 490-space parking garage. The planning board continued the hearing on the revised plans until next February. Quincy College will be developing a new program to train nurses who will specialize in behavioral and mental health issues. The college recently received a $300,000 grant from Mass General Brigham to develop the new curriculum, which college president Rick DeCristofaro says shows that Mass General believes Quincy College can be part of the solution to the mental health crisis that's been exacerbated by the pandemic.
When I talk about industry and the industry needs, especially in the healthcare industry, you know, we were approached by Mass General to go. They probably have about 5 or 6 college partners that are all doing different areas to strengthen the nursing core in the state. And what they asked us to do is to take a look. They don't have many times employees, nurses that will do more than certain roles and jobs, and they see this incredible need in behavioral health.
Yes.
And so what they'd like us to do is to begin to establish a program with Mass General to increase that area of labor within nursing. So it's pretty exciting, you know, when you look at the opportunity that we have and what we could do, and especially with what's going on downtown, you know, with nursing too, with Fox Rock, because they're looking at bringing in a Mass General or others. So again, anything we can connect, anytime we can connect to the city and connect to a significant major hospital, we'll do. But this is an incredible opportunity for Quincy College.
DeCristofaro says Quincy College will work with Aspire Health Alliance and Manat Community Health Center of Quincy to develop the new behavioral health curriculum. Mass General has granted $50 million to schools across eastern Massachusetts to help address the crisis in mental health care. That's a check of news. Coming up, we will sit down with Quincy Lions Club President Karen Giovanello. That's next. Welcome back. Happy to welcome to the program today Karen Giovanello, president of the Quincy Lions Club, to get a little update on how things are going with the Lions and how you might be able to get involved with them as well. Great to see you, Karen. Thanks for coming over.
Oh, you're very welcome, and it's lovely to see you as well.
Thank you so much. Nice to be in person, right?
Yes.
Instead of virtually.
Very nice.
Yes. Last time I talked to the former president, David Sawyer, for the 80th anniversary of the Lions Club.
Oh, isn't that? Yes, we're in our 80th year.
Yeah. How long have you been a member?
I've been a member for 10.
Have you really? Wow. How did you get involved?
A friend of mine brought me for lunch and said, "Oh, you'll like this club. You'll love the president." Next thing I knew, I was a Lion.
You were a member. Wow.
And I was a member.
Very good. Now, how long have you been president?
I was inducted in June.
This year?
Past June,
okay.
Yes.
Very good. And how long is the term, the president?
The term is for 1 year.
1 year. Okay. Is this your first time being president?
Yes.
How's it been so far?
I love it.
Yeah.
But at times I get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But I get beyond that. So
that's good.
It comes and it leaves very quickly.
Yeah. How many Lions are there in Quincy now, even just roughly, would you say?
We have 53 members.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a good amount? Are you trying to build that? Or?
We're trying to build that.
Yeah.
When I was installed, I had 3 goals for our club.
Okay.
One was to increase our visibility within the community.
Yep.
Okay, get more of our members involved with our activities and increase our membership by 10%.
Wow. Okay. How's that going so far?
Well, we already have 2 new members. They were inducted several weeks ago.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
we're happy about that. We're on our way.
So here's a good chance to ask you, how does one become a member of the Quincy Lions Club?
You can log into our website, www.quincylionsclub.com, download an application, or if you have any questions, you can send us an email at quincylionsclub@gmail.com.
Pretty straightforward.
Very easy.
Yes. And what is the kind of process? Do you have to go through training or meetings? Or
Yes,
Yeah.
your application is reviewed by the board of directors.
Okay.
And the board of directors will vote on whether we would like to have you as a member or not.
Okay.
I've never seen anybody
I was just going to say,
not.
pretty much you're guaguaranteed if you
Yes,
want.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's just a formality.
Is there a cost involved to be a member?
When you start out, I believe you pay $35 sort of as like an entrance fee.
Okay.
And then it probably amounts to a little over $800 a year.
Oh, really? Okay. And I know that all goes to all of your organizations
Yes,
and your causes. Most notably, of course, Lions are known for dealing with issues involving eyesight. right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what they're most noted for. I know you have other interests as well.
Right. We've branched out.
Right, yes. Well, let's talk a little bit about the history of Lions, if we can.
Sure.
Internationally, and then the history of it here in Quincy.
Okay. In 1917, Melvin Jones founded the Lions. And in 1926, Helen Keller challenged the Lions and Melvin Jones to become Knights of the Blind for the Crusade Against Darkness.
Okay.
They accepted the challenge.
Yeah. And here we are today.
And here we are today,
Yeah.
right. And
In Quincy, 81 years ago now, right?
yes, we're in our 81st year.
Yeah. Do you know how it was started here in Quincy? The founding of it here in Quincy, or is it just a branch of the international organization?
We're a part of the international organization. We fall under the district of 33K.
Oh.
And we are one of 5 districts in the city, in the state rather.
Oh, in the state of Massachusetts? Okay.
Yes.
And Lions, which I didn't know until you told me earlier today, Lions is actually an acronym. Right?
Yes.
It stands for something.
It stands for Liberty, Intelligence, and our nation's safety.
Yeah. Interesting. I've
It
never
is
heard that before.
interesting.
Do you think that it's upholding that tradition here in Quincy?
Definitely.
Yeah. Talk about some of your past projects, if you could, some of your past accomplishments in the
Oh,
Lions
our
Club.
past projects. Where to start? Okay. On an annual basis, we have a Lions holiday luncheon
Oh,
for the visually impaired.
okay.
Okay. And the participants are from the South Shore Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Okay. And that happens here in Quincy?
Yes.
Is that going to happen this year for the
Yes,
holidays?
yes, it is.
Okay.
We have a piano player. We sing Christmas carols. We have a great lunch,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
Where does that happen?
Happens at the neighborhood club
Okay.
right here in Quincy.
Is that also where you meet?
Yes, our meetings are the first and third Thursday of every month, and we meet at the neighborhood club at noon.
At noontime, okay. Has you been able to do that during the pandemic, Karen?
No, what we did was
Yeah.
we met virtually.
Yeah. And
Not the best way.
not ideal,
and-
yeah.
But at least we got to share ideas and find out what was going on in Lions Club International. So it was worth it.
Was it?
But it was very nice to all of a sudden be able to meet in person.
Right. Did the Lions take up any causes specifically for the pandemic?
No, what we did was we continued with what we already had on our plate.
Okay. You're most known, of course, for collecting old eyeglasses, right? At
Yes.
different locations. I mean, that's just the most visible
That is.
activity. Does that still happen?
Recently, we collected over 500 pairs of glasses.
Wow.
So if anybody's interested in donating their old eyeglasses, we have several drop-off boxes in Quincy.
Okay.
They're at Hamel Leiden Chapel,
Yep.
Cohane Funeral Home, the Eastern Bank on Franklin Street, and Northeast Community Bank.
Oh. And what happens to those glasses?
Once we sort them and take out anything that's broken and
Yes.
get rid of all the cases, we pass them on, and they are eventually reviewed and screened and broken down by prescription.
Sure, yeah.
And then they go to a central spot and they get distributed to the
Okay.
folks that need them.
Okay. All around the country, do you know, or even other countries?
I'm sure we start locally,
Yeah, yeah. And then work out from there.
and yes.
Tell me about your work in the public schools, the Lions Club in the public schools.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we offer scholarships
Yes.
for high school students. We sponsor a speech and peace poster competition for the kids in school.
Yeah.
And it's those are annual events. And actually, our speech contest is going to be starting shortly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Okay.
Because last year we did it virtually,
Yes.
which was nice because at least we got to do it and recognize the students for their accomplishments.
Sure, yeah. What do they have to give a speech about?
There's always a topic,
Yeah.
and so every year it gets passed down to us, and we share that with the students, and they put together a speech. And what happens is a student is selected from each school, and we narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3, and they present their speeches to us.
Okay.
Okay, we have judges, and judges cannot be Lions.
I see. Okay. Keep it completely separate.
Yes,
So there's
yes, no bias.
no bias, yeah.
We don't let anybody know who the contestants are.
Okay.
And they get timed, and a winner is selected. They get graded by the judges, and we announce the winner.
Okay. And they win a scholarship.
They win. They get a monetary reward,
Yep.
and they get passed up to our international organizations.
Okay. To be recognized on that
Yes.
level as well. How nice is that?
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Especially when our winner can go up a level or 2.
Sure. Do you know what the topic is this year, or has that been determined?
don't know.
Hasn't been determined yet.
Right.
Is it the schools that determine that, or is it the Lions?
It's Lions Club International. It's
International.
passed down from them.
Okay. All right. So that's something to look forward to. Very good.
And we are.
Yes, I'm sure. What else is coming up this year for Quincy Lions?
Oh, well, let's see. At our next meeting,
Yep.
we're going to be honoring our former mayor, Frank Bacali.
Yes.
Frank was a very valued and dedicated Quincy Lion for 61 years.
Was he really? I didn't
Yes,
realize that. Okay.
he was a wonderful Lion, and we miss him. Not just as mayor, but as a member of our club.
Sure. Yeah.
He always participated in things. He had a good sense of humor, and he was a good cheerleader.
Very
so
nice. So that'll be nice. Will his family
we're
be
going to honor
attending?
him.
Will members of his family be there? Do you know for the?
Yes,
Nice. Yeah. Very good.
yes. 3 of his 5 children are able to attend.
Well, that's great. What else?
Let's see what else. It's so hard to pull them out of the air.
There's a
We
lot.
have
I
so
know
many-
you've got a whole list of things
I know,
there.
I know, and I'm trying hard not to have
Yep.
to.
Please do,
revert to
because
the
this is your
vocab.
chance to let folks know. This is your time, Karen.
Okay.
We want the Lions to shine, so don't miss anything, because if you do, you'll be in big trouble.
I'll be in big trouble. You're absolutely right.
That's
It'll be
right.
critiqued.
And they'll say, "Why didn't that Joe tell you to talk about this?" And so I'm telling you.
Well, it was like, hide your notes.
No, not me. I throw them all over the place. So yeah, what else coming up?
Where'd they leave off at? Oh, our honoring Frank Bacali.
Yes.
We have, I mentioned the annual holiday luncheon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have that. We're planning to present a meet and greet event after the first of the year
Okay.
to for our prospective Lions. In the spring, the club is going to collaborate with Interfaith.
Oh, really?
We'll be collecting toiletries, which are badly needed, and their clients do not get any subsidies for those type of things.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll pull in a lot of those and
Okay.
get them out to folks.
Good, good. And the cost of those things is going up.
You're
almost-
absolutely right.
Almost
and,
weekly, yeah.
you know, and what we want to tell people is try to get the regular size, not as opposed to the travel size.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because that makes it much easier. They don't have to keep coming back and forth.
Certainly, yeah. Okay. That's good to know for sure. So that goes to Interfaith Social Services so they
Yes,
can help their
yes. We're going to
clients.
have a cookout,
Oh,
hamburgers and hot dogs. There'll be a kids trot,
okay.
and people that attend will be asked to bring some toiletries.
Okay.
So we're hoping we get a big turnout.
Yeah, so you're really looking ahead.
We're looking ahead.
Yeah.
And our signature event, which is our spring gala, it's our largest fundraiser. We're going to schedule that for sometime in late spring.
Okay. All right. It's nice to have things to look forward to in the
Yes,
spring.
it is. And we have our regular day-to-day, you know, and it's very important. We have a great club. Our members are they're diversified. They come with a multitude of talents, and they put them to work.
Yeah.
We just redesigned our brochure, and we're coming out with a bookmark and a refrigerator magnet.
No kidding.
So
Okay.
you know, they've gone to press. So
Yes.
hopefully we'll have them shortly for distribution.
Oh, okay. Now, are you utilizing social media at all too?
Yes.
Okay.
We are on Facebook,
Yep.
and I believe also Instagram.
Okay. All right.
So folks can, you know,
Follow
friend us
along.
and follow as we go along.
that way too, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you collaborate with other Lions clubs in the area or other?
Actually, we do.
Yeah.
We have advisory meetings, and we get to meet other folks from the various clubs.
Right.
And of course, we have dinner.
Sure. Food always has to be part of
Yes,
it.
that's right.
Yeah.
And we talk about all the things that we have on our plate
Yep.
and different ways to conduct fundraisers. Like one club does a polar plunge.
Oh, okay.
So I brought that back to the club, and I said, I don't think I'm even going to mention that because I don't see anybody here that's going to be doing a polar
polar
plunge.
plunge.
But oddly enough, that club that sponsors the polar plunge does excellent
Oh, really?
as far as fundraising
So they have some
goes.
diehard souls in that group.
That's right.
Okay.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, but you do coordinate with other groups, and that way you don't duplicate services too, right? You want to make sure everybody.
Well,
has
we try to
something
share.
separate. Yeah.
And what we provide in our club is not necessarily the same thing that happens in other clubs.
Right.
We sort of have our own goals and our own focus.
Sure. Yeah. Anything else we should let folks know about the Quincy Lions Club right now?
Oh, let's see. We talked about our 80 years, and as folks can see, we've continued with our community support, supporting international and humanitarian needs, and still serving as Knights for the Blind.
Yes, definitely. Your number one cause.
Number one cause. So, and if you think about joining our club, really give it a good go over. There's nothing more rewarding and humbling than being a Lion.
Yep. Good to see you, Karen.
It's lovely to see you too, Joe.
Appreciate you coming over. Please keep in touch.
I certainly will.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
You are welcome. Another quick break here in the program. Back to recap the forecast in just a moment. Pretty nice week coming up, actually, for the middle of November. Today will be sunny and seasonable with temperatures right around 50 degrees. Chilly nights for sure down in the lower 30s. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, kind of cool. A little warmer with some more clouds on Wednesday. Look at Thursday. We're talking mild 60s. That's something to look forward to. Thanks again to Karen Giovanello for joining us today. Thank you to our crew and thank you for watching. Friday, it's Lauren Rexford from Quincy Community Action Programs. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great week.